Dun, 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 dun. Hello, everybody. I don't know if I'm actually live. I think I am. Weak. There you go. We're back. Day 2. Going back into. Ow! What was that? Let's see if this one works. Does it? Does it? Hello? Hello, hello. It does work. Great. So yeah. There we go. I'm back. Now it works. I don't know. Apparently Steam key updated or something. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm back again. I reconnected. Welcome back to the Disconnect Casts, the show you go to when you can't do anything else and you really hope you have it on VHS, because otherwise you won't be able to watch it anyways. Hope you all got some warm beverages. Warm beverages. Don't think that's how that goes. But a warm drink. In the background, very quietly, I hope, I got KDA's song running, the Seraphine version, which is just very calming. I'm gonna just really quickly check how loud that is for you guys. 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 How loud that is. How loud that is. I don't think you can actually hear it. 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 Oh my god. Oh, I know why there's a rebounds, because desktop audio and stuff. Doesn't matter. We are here to practice some casting. And with we, I mean you too. You know, you learn a lot from just watching. Like earlier I watched like a Yamato Cannon video and he did some analysis of a LPL game. And they banned Quinn, and I immediately went like, hey, did they pick Renekton? And they did, because Quinn is like a classic banner for Renekton. But that doesn't matter. What matters right now is the schedule, honestly. Or we just get into game, you know, that works too. Just get right into it and see what's going on. How far away are we? Should be really close. They also seem like they're not really sure what's going on. There we go. This is a little. There we go. It's just like some back. I don't even know if you can hear it. You probably can't even hear it. But I can hear it a little bit. Okay, well, let's see. Vodafone Giants and Misfits Premier. So Spain versus France. SLO and LFL. Okay, Spain League and the League of Legends France League. Not sure, but Ben Calista, Kazakhs, and Caitlyn Karthus. Caitlyn pretty basic right now. Kazakhs, Karthus. I think it's mostly specific bans against specific targets. Gangplank pretty good. Weak side, blind pick for solid top laners. Don't really know most of these people. Kire, I remember. Llama Bear, I think I remember. Attila, I of course remember. He was the AD carry for Vitality for a long while. Until this year, I think. Yeah, until 2020. I think he still played in 2019. Please don't quote me. Hecarim, really strong in the current meta, just overall, when he's good, he's really good. Shen coming more into the populace's eye. And what's a weird word? Also, we've seen it getting flexed into the jungle. which is very interesting. Then a hover in Italy, which I really would like to see, because in the LEC we don't really see it, which is fine. But in other leagues like the LPL, it's like a first pick or ban. Instead they go with the Ashe. Pretty solid AD carry. Really nice, just in general, especially in the current meta. Early on, EU and the LEC had a few problems pulling it off, but by now they've gotten there. So it's getting better. And me picking hovering Jinx, yeah, I didn't really expect that. Orianna, pretty safe blind pick for mid lane. I really like her. Little marionette. So yeah. Right now, nothing really too spectacular. Just saw that red side finish off their bans with a Jhin. So more AD carry bans. And now they pick the Ezreal, which I feel like is a good idea, because there were already 4 AD carries gone with Kalista, Jhin, Caitlyn ban, and Ashe picked. So Ezreal is a pretty good alternative right now. It's not too strong, but still pretty solid. Then the Akali, ooh, that's a little more offensive into the Orianna. Can go there, but the general dynamic is Akali's trying to throw everything onto Orianna. Orianna's just trying to hit her a little bit while she's in the shroud and then poke out afterwards, after she's out of cooldowns and energy. And that's pretty much it. So it's like, I guess it's fairly safe for the Akali, but also not too bad for Orianna. Excuse me. Meanwhile, Nautilus ban. I can see that. Nautilus, very strong engaged champion. Really good against, I don't know, really good in most comps and against most comps. The only thing that Nautilus is not that good at is peeling, similar to Leona. Both of them really like going in, but not that much going out, just having a slow fight. But overall, Nautilus really good. Yuumi and Ornn ban from red side. Ezreal Yuumi, very classic combo, very nasty, especially in later games. Ornn, just a very safe and strong topside pick. Can also give good upgrades to Ezreal, Orianna, Hecarim, like a Rabadon's a Trinity Force. What could he upgrade for Ezreal? A Borg? Maybe, possibly. But yeah, overall very strong. And then a Thresh ban. Interesting. So blue side, Vodafone Giants really going on that support ban. Interesting. So now there are lots of supports gone. I really wonder what they go with. Ooh, Kindred. Really nice. Also one of those picks that hasn't really found a lot of success in the LEC. But overall, still very strong, especially I can imagine in the current farming meta. It's really nice. I'm really thinking about just plastering something in the middle of the screen. My screen froze again, and I don't know why, and it's really annoying me. I don't know why. Every time OBS closes and goes back up, it just freezes. Oh, it freezes every time I go back out. This is annoying. This is really annoying. And then I just don't click into it. And then I stay here. There we go. Well, let's just continue and pretend nothing happened. Blue side picks Bard. I love it. Ezreal Bard Pokemon and finishes that draft off with a topside cannon. Yeah. Ooh. The topside cannon is gonna face Yahoo, probably an Irelia, because the Shen is gonna be flexed into support. I like it. for a moment I got a little confused between Irelia, Kali, and Shen. Looked like a 2019 draft there for a moment. But it makes sense in the end. Very low range though composition from Misfits Premier though, while Vodafone Giants have 4 ranged attackers, which means that they have a lot easier time attacking towers. Yeah, that's what that is. Oh yeah. Well, what are they doing? Are they just waiting for them to get into game? Yeah, they are. There we go. We don't have to look at their beautiful faces anymore. Those are some very pretty men, just saying. Just objectively. Meanwhile, I clicked in here again. This is really frustrating. Anyways. Red side, classic blue start. Blue side, a red start. So they both start bot side. Could be that they'll be meeting up at top side for their first ganks. We're on mid lane. The Orianna Kali doing their usual things. And Aurelia is just chilling in a bush. Not to be poked out, probably using her Q to farm that wave. Maybe trying to go on the cannon a little bit early. Cannon starting with a Doran's Blade to get a little bit more 80 for the pokes. While bot lane is probably gonna be in favor of blue side with that Bard poke. Although Shen early, very strong, has a lot of damage, especially if he gets his blade through someone. And can do a lot, especially level 2. Ooh, with that taunt. Doesn't hit though. So, Vodafone Giants are good. Yeah, Orianna poking Akali out, Akali using a shroud to poke Orianna out. Nothing big happening. Same on top side. It's pretty casual right now. Irelia role-playing as Rengar a little bit there. Chilling in the bushes and then jumping out to last it. And yeah, it's probably gonna be on the junglers to start off this game. Hecarim going in the jungle, probably looking for a Scuttle Crab. No, going top side to cover for a possible gank, but Kindred is just farming a life away on the race to level 6. But Hecarim gets a Scuttle Crab. And that is big. That's a level 4 with a good amount of farm. Kindred has 1 farm less and 1 Scuttle less. Now Hecarim is probably gonna run right towards bot side Scuttle and catch that away, and it looks like Kindred is going the same way. Ooh, this could get interesting. Look at the items of the junglers. Kindred finished her jungle item, while Hecarim got boots and a sapphire crystal. Not really that many battle stats, but he's getting closer to his things. Although Hecarim needs a little bit more money before he gets really online, mostly with a Trinity and boots. Now with the help of Shanpeel, Kindred is gonna get her first Scuttle, and with that, her first stack. Ooh, nice. That's a feels good. Bard meanwhile, a little overextending, portals out, and they're pretty good. There haven't been any really big CS differences yet. Some are rarely got a few ahead of Cannon, nearly a wave, actually over a wave, but it's not too bad. Mid lane, Orianna is slightly in the lead, bot lane is exactly head on. And jungle is also pretty close, so until there's any fight gonna break out, I don't really see anyone really rush ahead there. At the same time, who has the better scaling? That is a good question. Ashe? Ashe and Ezreal. 2 items, Ezreal is probably stronger. Also, Ezreal's items are fairly cheap. He just needs to get this Manamuna stack. While Ashe, I'm pretty sure strong with 3 items and then onwards. Meanwhile, Misfits Premier taking the first Drake, which is an Infernal Drake, which is nice. That's a nice right there. Maybe both junglers circling around mid lane, trying to get something. Rihanna's level 6, gets hit by Kindred, flashes out, and yeah, and Kirei takes those. Kirei chilling, having gotten a flash for nothing. But now Hecarim is sitting there, possibly gonna engage on Kirei. None of them having they're level 6 yet. Rotating to top side, but there's warded. So maybe there's gonna be a rotation, or Rally is just gonna chill, stay back. Now that she saw that Hecarim is back, she goes back in. But now he's back, he's coming back in. He's being marked by Kindred, and Irelia gets out very nicely. Cannon taking 2 hits, Orianna teleporting in, flashing from Akali. Oh, that was a Akali TP. Akali ulting in, using her shroud to get some energy back, and she's dead. Yeah, that was a pretty nice catch up. Actually, it was Orianna that TP'd in first. I wasn't going crazy. I just missed the Akali TP in the backline. And then, yeah, that was just an overforce from Giants. Oh, what happened bot side? Ooh, beautiful stun from Bard. Beautiful counter taunt from Shen. And there's just not enough healing there, and they just poke them out. Ashe early, her auto attacks do a lot of damage. Oh, that was close. Ashe flashing in, getting out with her heal. Ezreal nearly killing her back with an auto and tries to go for the Q, but Shen is there to protect him. Excuse me. In the end, reminds me of that joke with the Brock, where Ezreal and Ashe are sitting in the back. Yeah, anyways, that was a highly specific reference. In other news, Hecarim level 6, Kindred level 7. Ooh, spicy. Hecarim also finished his Sheen, nothing else so far. Also on Vodafone Giants side, 2 tiers have been completed and are currently being stacked up. Akali and Ashe is both working on their Bilgewater Cutlass items. And Bard just doing Bard things. Just poking someone, and that is still a pretty good Hecarim damage. Jumping in there with the Sheen. Oh, that's good. Oh, Irelia also going Bilgewater Cutlass. Same with Cannon. Is that actually an 80 cannon? Now that I look at it. Cannon as Conqueror. That may actually be an 80 cannon. Which, with a strong AP mid laner, or a heavily AP mid laner like Orianna, that may not be the worst idea. Especially trying to poke out an Irelia. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, Vodafone Giants trying to get a turret played at the bot side, but can't really get there. Pretty Gree, or just, I wonder if his name is Pretty Gree or just Pretty. On the Orianna, getting a blue buff. Pretty happy about that. Able to stack the tier freely. Meanwhile, Kindred finished her warrior jungle item and is now getting the Herald. Ooh, that's nice. That's real nice. Also got a second stack probably from her kill or assist. Not sure. We'd have to click on her directly to see how many stacks she has at this point. But there's an Ashe arrow coming in. Ooh, yikes! That was whew. That made my heart nearly skip a beat. That was close. That was close. I really thought he'd get hit by that, but somehow managed to step out of that, even without boots. While 3 people from Misfits Premier were lurking. Oh my god. But yeah. Right now, mid lane still pretty much the same. Everyone else kind of scouring around for global objectives. Grouping together for neutrals, like jungle. Kindred is found out in the jungle, trying to clear the pink ward. Has to run though, because The cavalry is here in form of Hecarim. Ooh, but Ashe gets another plate. That's already the second one, and she just keeps going. Wow. Whew. That's a happy Ashe right there. 97 farm, but 1 kill and 2 plates over her rival in the Ezreal. Oh, what was that? That wasn't me. And Kendra's going for the second Drake together with her team. Push bot in, they have Prio. Ezreal ult hurts the Kindred a lot, but doesn't quite steal the Drake away. And it's Drake number 2. Now we get a Cloud Drake. Interesting. Could help the Hecarim if there's a fight in the jungle. But that move speed won't help them if they get Cloud sold. Our cannon is being marked. But I'm not really sure if she's really going for cannon. Meanwhile, Ezreal finished Manamuna and the call. So that's a nice little double. On them, nothing that big has been happening. Aurelia just finished her her Borg. So that's nice. And Kennen is going for a... Ooh. Wait, never mind. Hecarim is going in with full speed into Kindred and Akali. Not really sure if that was a good decision, but disengages. Okay. Okay. Back to Kennen. Kennen is going not full AD, it seems. That goes with the Hextech Gunblade. Same as Akali, just started with from the other direction. Now Hecarim and Bard are lurking again. Are they gonna go in now? Honestly, yeah, the little Bard W may not give a lot of heal for when it's directly picked up, like immediately. But it still gives a little move speed bonus, and that's a little bit more damage for Hecarim. That can make a difference. Looking at the levels overall, Misfits Premier is just outpacing them, except in the support position. Topside Aurelia 1 level over Kennen jungle. Kindred 2 levels over Hecarim. Oh, that hurts. Mid lane is head on. AD carries head on. And somehow Giants' Bard is 1 level ahead of Shen. Probably because he's been roaming. And Shen was together in 1 lane with Ashe most of the time. But still. Kennen also reached level 10. Is being engaged on a little bit, but doesn't feel too bad about it. And Kindred triggers the Rift Herald in mid lane. That's a little random. Oh, meanwhile, top lane, Kennen engages with ult. I wonder what else happened there. Nothing really. Maybe just scared about a dive, which is realistic, especially with a level 9 Kindred coming in. Ooh, and there's the mark, and there's the Kindred, but can't quite get there. Kennen is a nimble little weasel. Or Yordle. Meanwhile, blue side are looking for something. I'm not really sure what they're looking for. Herald is not going to spawn in a while. Blue buff is, though. Bard misses the binding. That could have been something. Hecarim could have maybe engaged on that, but there's still an Aurelia that's pretty beefy with a finished item. And they managed to steal away the blue buff, if I saw that correctly. Meanwhile, bot side, Ashe Shen still pushing. The plates fell a few seconds ago, and Ezreal is pretty fine alone down there. Finishing up the farm and the experience. Ashe also finished her board, played Rune King. Akali finished Hextech Gunblade, so she's a champion now. And on the blue side, nothing big has really happened yet. Orianna's still farming for her first finished item. Pretty sure she could get it if she backed, but she still has some farm there. Also, she's still stacking the tier. Now Kennen, respecting the threat, also seeing 2 people coming from the side with that beautiful ward, as was not quite there. I think that was mostly to spot them out, but manages to get out. Now Bard catches off Ashe, and Ashe flashes out. Respect flash. Could have probably gotten dangerous with Orianna running in there with the move speed from W. Has a lot of burst damage. Meanwhile, Ezra is just hammering down the turret. Probably is really sick of this lane. Oh, but there comes a TP from Irelia. That could get dangerous. Shen ulting on Irelia. Akali's also there. The first one gets bursted down. Irelia ults in on the support, and yeah, that's just pretty clean catch up. Irelia used flash as well, but honestly, it's worth it. Meanwhile, Kindred stopping Orianna's back, who still couldn't go back and finish her item, so she's even more behind, and now she has to stay because Akali's pushing with support from the sides from at least Kindred. They probably don't know Shen is there, but they could, because you probably cleared the ward there in the river. Now Irelia is bot side and finishes off the turret and some more farm. Yeah, they're pretty happy. Cannon at least finished her Gunblade. His Gunblade? I'm questioning it now, but I think Cannon was a guy. It doesn't matter. Cannon finished the Gunblade. And Ezreal is close to finishing the Iceborne Gauntlet, so the 2-item power spike could come in. Orianna finally got her item. Not fully stacked yet, but still pretty good. Meanwhile, red side, Misfits Premier trying to go for Baron. But they're going in with the Bard ult. The Hecarim going in on Kindred, getting her Orianna, keeping them away with her ult, and they get the first Dragon Cloud one as well. Which Hecarim and Orianna, and in general everyone, is going to be really happy about. Also going to delay the Soul by another 5 minutes, which means that the earliest we can get it is in 10. Or the earliest Misfits Premier can get it is in 10. I feel like they kind of let themselves get pushed out there. I mean, Irelia and Shen didn't have ult, but everyone else had. I feel like they could have challenged them a little more. The XP differences have been caught up on, but in terms of items, red side is still ahead. Then again, underestimating an Orianna Hecarim ball comp with a cannon ult and an Ezreal, probably not a good idea either. So they probably thought that they go for number safe. They don't really risk a lot by giving themselves 5 more minutes to farm up, maybe get a second item. Irelia is getting close to her wit's end, I presume. And is also now trying to get the Rift Scuttler, which she gets. Bard tries his darnest, but doesn't get it. Gets smite out. He's a sad Bard. And Orianna now finished stacking her item. Ezreal also finished the Iceborne Gauntlet, so they're kind of in a really good spot now. Hecarim finished the Trinity Force. That is really big. Whilst Kindred is going for a Black Cleaver? Possibly. Ash going for a Zeal item. Possibly a Hurricane. Hurricane is below Zeal, right? Yeah. But none of them couldn't go back yet to finish something. Although Akali has a Haunted Guise, so that's pretty good. But that doesn't change that blue side has a big swing of power right now, and they're using that to just force down mid. A big challenge from both sides from Shen and Kindred, but they can't really do much, and Cannon with the AP80 combo is going in on Shen, but it's kind of left behind a little bit from the team. Flashes him with ult, but right into the Ashe ult. Orianna ult goes down, but Kindred saves them. Irelia on the side, but is slowed a lot. Stuns Ezreal though, so that's nice. Bard tunnels through and Hecarim runs, but they decide not to go further. This is kind of spicy. They know Orianna doesn't have ult right now, so they feel pretty safe standing there. They summon another Herald. Kind of sad life for the Herald. Is it gonna get its shard off? No, it auto attacks the Ezreal. That's just sad. Wonder what they're gonna plan next. What are we gonna see? Oh yeah, here we have a replay. Cannon going in there, thinking the team is behind him, but isn't. Then is over the line and is attacked, slowed continuously. Tries to flash over the Ashe ult, but is still hit. And just doesn't have enough HP to survive it. Meanwhile, Kindred survives because of her ult. And Irelia goes away to the side, so yeah. Misfits Premier stalling. both teams are in this mix of trying to get ahead, but not overforcing to not give the enemy team too much, because both sides have fairly similar scaling. So for example, if Giants would overforce and Irelia gets a triple kill, or Akali, or Ashe, or Kindred, and really anyone, that's such a big swing. And on the other side, it's the same. If Ezreal, Orianna, Hacker, even Kennen get 2-3 kills in a big fight, that's really big. And so they take like 1-2 kills, take their neutral objectives, and then they go out again. But it seems like they caught off Kindred alone in the jungle, Hecarim with the Trinity Force, continuously going in, not really decisive on wanting to continue. Meanwhile, Akali with Shen ult engages, but is caught off guard by the rest of the team. They still get Kennen, they get ulted, but Kindred is there to ult them out. Irelia jumps in, the Kindred ult ends, and Irelia gets a double kill. Ooh, somewhere in the middle there, Orianna manages to finish off Kindred as just a condolence prize, but that's what I meant. And that's an Irelia with 3 kills now. Ooh, that was spicy. So how did this start? Kindred kind of thought she was good, but Hecarim was there. Hecarim could have maybe tried to push her further down, but down here, Akali goes in on Kennen with the first part of the ult. Is Shen ulted? Is Bard ulted? Then Shen comes in, executes her. Shen is being Orianna, but Kindred jumps over the wall and saves all of them. And Orianna stays alive long enough with her active so she can finish off Kindred. Yeah, they're so close. But somehow red side reset and blue side can snack their second cloud drag. That's nice. Oh, I know why. Because red side made the dragon. I completely missed that. I mean, I wonder if there was a little cam in the replay, but yeah, no, red side is probably really happy with that one. A Baron for a second cloud drag? Yeah, I take that. Irelia nearly finishing a Death Stance, which will make her really tanky. Akali finishing her Rylai's. Ashe finishing a Hurricane. Ooh! Shen nearly done with the super strong support item that makes everyone tanky for at least a few seconds. Meanwhile, on blue side, nothing too big having happened. Kennen going for Zonias. Hecarim going for, I don't know what, hasn't been shopping for a while. Ezreal finished his Manamuna upgrade, so that's a big boost. And has got the Executioner's Calling, I think it's called, to reduce the healing from Misfits Premier side. Mostly from Ashe, Akali, Irelia, Kindred. So basically from everyone, it's pretty good buy, especially he can apply it with his Q. And Orianna also going for the Rylai's, but is still behind in gold from the Akali. And Akali, if you look at the HP bars between her and Kennen, is really beefy. She's nearly at 2000 HP, thanks to the Rylai's, and still does a lot of damage. I wonder if he went into the HP per level rune. That could make sense. Ashe gets herself a mid lane turret to open up the map a little bit more. That's nice for them. Once Kindred and Shen are snickering in the jungle. Ooh, that was a nice little blue trinket to scout them out. That was very nice and defensive. Was that from Ezreal himself? I think so, yes. That was nice. But now they're circling down the bot side turrets. Try and circle them out. They're having a cute little 1-3-1 setup going with Irelia on top side, still with Baron. Meanwhile, Kindred seems to overforce, but still has her ult. Bard ult misses, so can't really do anything, and she gets out with the heal and protection from the rest of her team. Meanwhile, what the blue side used, they didn't really use anything except a ghost from Hecarim and a ult from Bard. I try to get Irelia. Ooh, and that stun was pretty nasty. Irelia going in, but is ulted by Orianna and Hecarim, but Shen comes in and keeps her alive long enough so she can kill the Bard. Not really sure if that was worth, but Shen and Hecarim wave goodbye and they go their separate ways, so very interesting. Meanwhile, Kindred Still on the bot side. With the jumps, clears out, but doesn't continue pushing until it gets the golems. That's good. Mid lane, kept pushing a little bit, but not too much. Yeah, here we go. That's a lot of Ezreal damage, but somehow she gets out of that border, manages to ult herself, and with the peel from Shen and Ashe, gets out of there. And Bard goes up here. She sees Ezreal come probably, tries to slow Bard, and Bard lands a beautiful stun here. Immediately she engages on Bard while she's exhausted, triggers her Conqueror, goes in, is knocked around, but because of the Shen shield still manages to get him, and then Shen just walks out while Ashe finishes the mid lane turret. Second one at that. Ashe slowly charging ahead with her XP advantage. One level ahead of the Ezreal already. Meanwhile, Kindred is 2 levels ahead of Hecarim and Irelia is 1 level ahead of Kennen. This is getting big. Hecarim, meanwhile, seems to be building a death stance as well. Kennen finished the Zonias, which is always nice. Orianna finished the Liandry's. And Ezreal is getting closer to, I would say, a Borg. Then again, on the other side, Ashe got an Infinity Edge. That's a big bonus. Irelia finished the death stance. And Kindred, I think, is gonna go for something like a Death Dance, a Phantom Dancer. Meanwhile, Ashe engages with her ult. Shen follows up. Kindred is kind of poking, but Akali's in the back line, getting Hecarim. Oh, flashes back in with the passive and is now back on the flank. Meanwhile, Kennen, Zonias, but for nothing really. Orianna ults, but Kindred is there to be protective. Orianna goes in, misses her stun, but keeps going. The shield from Orianna is active. Slows her down. Ezreal trying to finish her off, but doesn't have enough damage. Oh, but is the Death Stance gonna proc? No. She stays alive. Ooh. Still, the Giants not giving up, trying to get back every little bit they can. Very nice. The comeback, the turn on Orianna's ult, always very strong. Very nice. Then again, Misfits getting their third Drake. And there's the Ashe ult hitting Hecarim. No, actually Bard. But Shen coming in from the side. Bard getting out, he thought. But there's an Akali waiting. And then the Akali ult a little overshooting, but still getting it. And then Kennen flashes out, but dodges the Irelia ult, which is nice. But doesn't really get it. And then the Orianna ult nearly getting Kindred, but the stun missing, maybe with that stun could have gotten it with the Q reset. But then nearly procs down from the Death Stance passive. Which, if you didn't know, 30% of the damage taken from melee champions. So like Irelia or Hecarim, melee champions. 30% of the damage they take is instead applied as a dot, damage over time effect, instead of taking it directly. Which gives them a chance, especially with Irelia's case, where she has Blade of the Rune King and Death Stance, where she has 2 lifesteal items and she can try and counter heal. So yeah, it's getting really spicy. Meanwhile, Orianna finished the Void Staff, so she's doing a lot of damage now, especially against all the enemy team is building. Well, mostly Shen and Irelia, but still. Ezreal finished the Blade of Rune King. Anything else big that happened? Not really. Ashe got another Zeal, so that's nice. Other than that, nothing really has happened. Irelia, meanwhile, finished off the top turret, and Misfits Premier is trying to get their second Baron off the game. Didn't really do too much with the first one, but Bard coming in with an ult. Hecarim was kind of speeding around there. I feel like that was maybe mistimed. Ashe doing a lot of damage, just one-shotting Hecarim. Kennen and Orianna and Ezreal ult all hitting, but the Kindred ult is there, so even if they did enough damage, they couldn't finish anyone off. Kennen Zonias, Akali Zonias. Kennen is gonna fall, but Akali is being supported by her team. And Orianna and Bard just have to run. And I'm pretty sure that's the game. We have death time was 20, 30, and 40 seconds. They have minions in 2 areas. I'm pretty sure they can just go through there. If not, they get at least 2 inhibitors. Are they actually going for the triple inhibitors? Or are they going for the finish? I wonder. Oh, looks like they're going for the finish. Bard stunning Ashe, that's nice. But here's the thing with the no range. They just they don't have that much range. Hecarim just respawns, so that's nice. Maybe he can one-shot Kindred without ult. But he doesn't pull the trigger, and that's the game. Not sure if he could have done anything there, but that was a pretty beautiful game there from the team. That was really nice. That was really nice. That was a nice game. You could really see how they were trying to get back at each other every little bit, trying not to overforce too much to get caught off. But then Vodafone Giants just got that one slightly bad fight where Akali came in from the bottom on cannon and they kind of just caught them off, and Irelia got 2 more kills, and overall they collected all their like neutral objectives. Kindred did a really good job from early on, especially with the Drakes, her scuttles, the neutral objectives in general. Just also, I mean, it's not a sole like work. She was supported by a team very nicely. They had Prior in bot lane, they kept pushing, supporting her Drake, mid lane as well, as much as Akali could early game without Hextech Gunblade. And yeah, the cannon couldn't really shine. The one team fight where cannon flashed into the Ashe area instead over it could have maybe been something, but sadly just didn't get anywhere. But yeah, that was game 1. That was pretty spicy. I like it. EU Masters that's just spicy. That was so fun. Ooh, what a good game. Such a good game. Whew. Anyways, that was game 1. Wonder if I'm gonna continue casting another one. I'm gonna take a little break. What I can tell you to do is get another drink. Got some coffee here. It's cold. Cold coffee makes pretty, they say. I don't know. I mean, I want to believe them, so you know. Man, that was fun. Also today went a lot better in terms of like teamfight casting. I mean, at the end of the day, this is just practice, especially for team fights. Getting fast in there, getting in there, trying to keep an eye on the important things. But that was pretty fun, right? Anyways, 2-2-2. How about we do the second one? We do a second one. Let's go. Let's do a second one. Let's do a second one, and then we'll take a break. Okay.